Okay, so we look at the how to simplify the like and unlike terms, that is in algebra. For the Zambian syllabus, grade 8s and 10s can benefit from the lesson. So we look at the like and unlike terms. How to simplify them? Basically, we are going to confine ourselves to addition and subtraction. Okay? How do we simplify like and unlike terms? Okay? So since yesterday we concentrated on the like terms, today we can purely confine ourselves to the unlike terms. Okay? So the example could be simplify the following. Okay? Simplify the following. So like I said, for our syllabus, grade 8s and 10s, we've got these topics. Of course, maybe as we go down, I'll concentrate on the way the exams come in grade 12. But as we begin, even in grade 8s, grade 9s, can go through the stuff. Okay? So the first one could be simplify the following. 4 plus 3x minus 5 minus 7y. So as we can see from the question, we have got 4 and 5, which are like terms. Like terms in the sense that they are standalone digits. And then we've got 3y and the 7y. These are also like terms. So how do we simplify such a question? We need to collect the like terms together. So in this case, we're going to say we have got 4. And how do we collect the like terms together? When you look at 5, 5 has this sign here. So when we are rearranging them, we need to be mindful of that. So 5 has to come with this sign. So it will be minus 5. Then plus 3y minus 7y. Okay? So at this point now, we are going to be simplifying this 4 minus 5 like integers. I have always been mentioning that this part of algebra is intertwined with integers, so we need to have those concepts very well. So here, how do we simplify this one? So we are saying for the 4 here, it's a positive, and the 5 is a negative. So it's like we are adding two terms which have different signs. So what did we say? We have always been saying, in this case, what we're supposed to do is we have to subtract a numerically smaller number from the bigger number. So when we do that, we are going to get 1. And what sign is this 1 going to have? The sign of a numerically larger number, which is a negative in this case. Okay? That is what we are going to have. Then when we come to this one, it will also be the same thing. Do not make a mistake of bringing this addition sign here, then you do the subtraction there. We need to take this as plus 3 minus 7. You simplify this. What do you get here when you simplify this one? Okay, we've got two different signs here. So it will be the same thing where we are saying in algebra, that concept is emphasized, that when you've got two different signs like this one, we need to subtract this smaller number from the bigger one. When we do that, we're going to get a 4. Now the issue is, what sign is that 4 going to have? Okay, what sign is that 4 going to have? So you discover that 4 is going to have a negative, because the numerically bigger number here has a negative. So that is what you're going to discover here. When we come to our answer, we're going to have minus 4y. Okay? This is what is going to be our answer for the first one. We have to be very mindful of the signs. So the same applies to the second question. let's look at the second question. So the second question, we're going to have 8a minus b plus 3 minus 5a minus 2b minus 6. Okay, as you can see here, we've got 8a, which is different from the second term and the third term. So but each term can be paired with the other one, which is it's like 2. So that is what we're supposed to do. So when we come to 8a, 8a can be paired with this part. With each sign, we have to do that. Minus 5a. Okay? We come to b. Minus b, which has to be collected together with this one, plus c. Minus 2b. Then we come to this one, plus 3 minus 6 there. Okay? Then we begin now to simplify them in the order that we have grouped them according to the likeness. So for the first one, we have 8. The concentration must be the coefficients here. The concentration must be the coefficient. How do we simplify the coefficients as integers? Of course. How do we do that? And so at this point, this is what we're supposed to do. 8 minus 5. This gives us 3. Then we just bring the letter here, which is a variable. Then when you come to b, what is the coefficient of this b here? What is the coefficient of b? You've got minus b. What is the coefficient of b here? We have got an invisible one here, which does not change anything. So the coefficient of this b is minus 1. Then you come also to this one. The coefficient of this one is minus 2. Then we simplify this one. According to the knowledge that we have in integers, you discover that we've got a negative 1 and a negative 2, which is just the same as negative 1 plus negative 2. So how do we simplify integers of the same sign? You add them and keep the sign. So here, when we add them and keep the sign, we're going to get minus 3b. Okay? Then we do the same thing here. Okay? If you look at this part here, it's the same as what we had here. It's the same as what we had here. Okay? We need to simplify that part. You've got positive 3 minus 6. What do we do here? According to the laws of integers, we subtract the numerically smaller number from the bigger number. We're going to get 3. What is this sign? The sign that 3 is going to have? It's a negative. So here we're going to have minus 3. Okay? Here we're going to have minus 3. So this is what is going to be our answer. Alright? This is what is going to be our answer. I hope this is very clear. Okay? So I'm going to introduce the third question, which has a bracket, which has the brackets. So C, and we have 3y minus x. Okay? And the second one is going to be plus 3. And here we should have 2y minus 4x. Okay? So, each time when we are given brackets, the question is instructing us that we have to get rid of the brackets first. You need to get rid of the brackets. That is very important. You need to get rid of the brackets by distributing the factor that is outside into the brackets. That is how we do that. So we need to multiply these 2 by each of the terms that are in the brackets. Similarly, that's what we're supposed to do the other side. So we're going to have these 2 multiplied by 3y, we're going to have 6y minus 2 multiplied by this x, we're going to have 2x. Again here, we have a positive, which is an addition sign. So we distribute this 3 into the brackets there. So that is going to give us plus 6y. Okay? This sign again is not going to change this one. So we just multiply this 3 by 4x there. We're going to have minus 4 minus 12x. Okay, minus 12x. That is what we're going to have. We really don't have issues, especially if this is a positive here. It's only when we have this as a minus that's when it begins to influence the sign here. So when we get to this point, it takes us back to what we have here, even this side. It's a question of now just collecting the like terms together, then you simplify them. So in this question, since we have seen what we've done here at this point, I can just say 6y plus 6y. What are we going to have? 6y plus 6y, because we don't have enough space here. 6y plus 6y. We are going to have 12y. Okay? We're going to have 12y here. Then we have minus 2x here, minus 12x. Exactly like what we had here at this point. We have a minus and a minus there. So we're going to have minus 14x. This is what is going to be our answer here. This is what is going to be our answer. Okay? This is what is going to be our answer. So, we continue. So let me introduce something that is slightly different. How do we went up to C, now we have D. Okay? D. If we have a question such as this one, 2 minus 3x minus 5, then plus 10x. Okay? How do we simplify this one? Like I mentioned on the other question where we had brackets. Here, we need to make sure that before we do anything, we get rid of the brackets by distributing the factor that is outside. So this is what we're supposed to do. We're going to have 2, then we multiply this 3 by that one. Then we're going to have 3 multiplied by x, we get 3x. Now, this one here, the sign that we have outside the brackets, it's treated like we have got something like negative 3. So this has to be applied. This negative 3, we treat it as negative 3 if you like, multiplied by this also negative 5. This minus and this minus will give us a positive. Then 3 multiplied by 5, we're going to get 15. Then this one, please, we do not multiply it by 3 because it is outside the bracket. So we just write it as it is. Okay? We have it like that. When we get to this point, brackets have been done now with. We go back to just rearranging. You put the like terms together. So here we're going to have 2 plus 15 minus 3x plus 10x. Okay? So at this point I said this topic requires a person who has appreciated the integers, addition and subtraction. Okay? So I'll still be bringing those concepts here and there. So when we simplify this one, what do we get? We get 17. Then at this point, sometimes what I've noticed, the mistake that most learners do is that they will just bring this sign here, then you add 3 plus that one, you write, what do you write? You write 13x. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. We don't do this. Okay? We need to simplify this one. We need to simplify this one the way they are. So we need to treat, you get, what is the coefficient here? The coefficient is negative 3. What is the coefficient on the other side? It's 10. So we work out now this. Okay? According to the basics of integers, these are two different signs. What do we do? What is required of us here is that we need to make sure that we consider the signs. The signs are different. What does the rule of integers say? Integers say when we've got different signs. We say we subtract the numerically smaller number from this one. Like 10 minus 3. What do we get? 7. So the question is that This 7, what sign is it going to have? It's going to have the sign of the bigger number there, which is 10. So it will be positive. That is why here we are going to say our answer is positive or plus 7x, like this one. This is what is going to be our answer. All right? This is what is going to be our answer. This is what is going to be our answer. Okay? So the same, let me give you something that is slightly different from this one. If we have now something like if we have a question given to us like 2x minus 3 squared, how do we simplify this question? How do we simplify this one? How do we simplify this one? 2x minus 3 has been squared, meaning we need to multiply this thing by itself. We need to multiply this thing by itself. Squared. If we have 2 squared, it means 2 multiplied by 2. If the 3 has been squared, then this tells us that we need to say 3 multiplied by 3. Okay? So the same applies to this one. Please, we should be following here. The same applies to this one. So it appears, this has to be expanded. 2x minus 3 by itself again. 2x minus 3. Okay? Then, how do we proceed from this point? Because sometimes in the exam, they're going to just give you a question like simplify. Then the question is going to start from this point. The question is going to start from this point. Okay? Then what are you supposed to do? So this is what we are supposed to do here. We get this, the first term. The first term, then we multiply it by this whole factor, because these are called like factors. This is a factor, this is a factor. So here, we get just this part here of 2x. 2x, we multiply it by everything that is here, which is, we multiply it by the second factor, minus 3. Okay? Then we get what remained with its sign, minus 3. That's what we are going to bring here. Minus 3 gives us 2x minus 3. We close brackets. Okay? Then we simplify this one exactly like what we are doing here. So it's the question we distribute with just like that. Okay? So now, what will be required to do here? We multiply 2x multiplied by 2x. 2 multiplied by 2, it's 4. X multiplied by x, it's x squared. X multiplied by x, it's x squared. Okay? Then, 2x multiplied by minus 3 there. We have a minus, then 2x multiplied by 3 to be 6x. Okay? The same thing here, we multiply these 3, the minus, we have a minus there. 3 multiplied by 2x is going to be 6x. This sign here, a minus, and that minus will give us a positive. Alright? Will give us a positive. Then 3 multiplied by 3, we get 9. At this point, you need to simplify. If you have got like terms that are there together, you simplify them. So, for instance, we have x squared, 4x squared. 4x squared. X squared is different from x that is not squared in terms of algebra when we are simplifying it. This is not a like term to this one because this one is squared. So we're going to get 4x squared. This one is alone. This is x and that is x. So these two are like terms. So what is going to be our answer? The issue is we take note of their signs. So we have minus 6 and minus 6 there. Like minus 6, minus 6. How do we simplify this one? These are the same. These are the same. Okay? So what we are supposed to do, these are like terms. It's like we are adding the 2. So they are going to give us minus 12. So here you write minus 12x plus 9. This is what is going to be expected of you. You find that these questions, they are the ones that mostly, these questions come in paper 1, in grade 12. A question like this one can even come in grade 9 exam. Okay, but mostly like this one comes in grade 12 exam paper 1, you get 2 marks. Okay, so these things we really have to just appreciate integers at this point. I hope we have picked something. Where you've got issues, you can send your questions on these things that are presented to my WhatsApp line, or you are going to come and ask when we meet one of these days, because we need to arrange the days where sometimes we have physical contacts. Okay, so let me give you questions that you can try out based on what I have presented. Give you something that you can try out based on what we have done. Please make sure that when I mark and send you the answers, sometimes you take long to respond, especially on making corrections. When you send me your work, then I send you back the answers. If there's anywhere you need to make corrections, make sure that you do it in the quickest possible time. All right, so exercise, same thing, simplify the following. Okay, try the following. The first one is going to be 4p minus 3 minus 3p plus 7. B is going to give us 7ab minus b minus 3b squared minus 8ab plus 3b minus b squared. C, need x 2 3 x minus 4 minus 8x plus 9. And lastly, we can do 2b. This is a minus 2b squared. Okay? A minus 2b squared. A, B, C, D, E. I can give you something here that you may just need to. You have 2 minus b cubed. Okay, you try out these questions, then we see. You'll be able to send me your answers. Thank you very much.